Alright, I look like a hot mess right now, but that's alright because I feel like a hot mess. And being a hot mess is the whole point of me talking to you today. Um, it's been a crazy couple weeks. A lot of disruption, to put it nicely. Um, we were finally able to get our house repaired from hurricanes Ian and Nicole last year, so 2022. We had towards the end of the year we had a water mitigation team come in and they cut holes in all kinds of stuff in our house to mitigate water damage that had happened, water intrusion from the storm. Um, and yeah, so the problem's been resolved. It was resolved back in October, I think. But basically, we haven't had any luck getting people out to fix it until we recently rehired the guy who painted the exterior of our house to do it. So they redid everything and they repainted the whole interior of the house. And that happened last week. Well, mostly last week. So it's been like the last 2 weeks plus whatever. And then today, they're installing carpet in our house. So basically, yeah, like my whole office had to be emptied out because it's the only carpeted room on the first floor of our house, because it's technically a bedroom. So I had to basically pack my entire office and get everything boxed up and out of the room, to include my desk, to include just everything. So that was fun. But it's also going to be interesting because it's going to provide me with the opportunity to redo my office for the couple of months we have left. So yeah, another thing to share is that our house might have sold. We might have someone buying it from us. Cannot wait. So there's a chance that there's coming up in June sometime, June or July, that we might be homeless for a little while. We might be renting month to month from an apartment complex or something. We don't know yet. We haven't figured out what we want to do. A lot of it's going to depend on how far it looks like we are away from being able to go to New Zealand, which right now is entirely tied up in bureaucracy and BS. We'll know more as the date gets closer, and that'll give us time to kind of come up with ideas. But yeah, maybe that'll be a video that I do, is me redoing my office and getting things restructured. Because I also need to redo my fitness goals and stuff because they're all screwed up and need all the help they can get. So yeah, I'm gonna try and start working on that again to not be fat and lazy, because that's what I feel like I am now. I'm fat and lazy now in a way that I'm not comfortable with again. Yeah, and again, it's trying to fuel it with positivity and looking at the bright side and the benefits of doing it rather than the negativity of hating myself, because that's hard to do. It's a constant challenge. And all of this is, of course, causing an extra level of stress right now because of the self-imposed competition that I'm doing musically with Victor. And yeah, I haven't even started, and it's like a week and change left in the month, the first month. So I really gotta start. But we're also going to use this as a chance to talk about some of this stuff that's like yeah, life happens, life gets in the way, and that's in my opinion, that's what I'm talking about here, is that life gets in the way and life happens, and you just kind of got to do your best, and you set your goals, and yeah, there's that ideal, like, perfect way that it could go, but nothing ever goes perfectly. And as the Army says, no plan survives contact with the enemy. As Mike Tyson would say, everyone's got a plan until I punch him in the mouth. That's what we got to do. We have our plan of 3 songs in 3 months, but there might have some overlap in those months. It might go a little long. I don't know, and it doesn't matter, because the goal is I want to do 3 songs. If that takes me 6 months, that takes me 6 months. If it does 3 months, that's fucking perfect. If I just am not gonna, like, yes, the deadlines are there to kind of give us some motivation, but at the same time, I got enough other stuff on my plate right now to stress over that I don't need to stress over this too, right? At least that's the way I look at it. Man, it's been a long 2 weeks. There's something more to say, and I don't know what it is, other than, like, it's okay to struggle, right? Like, right now I'm struggling hard. Today was me on the struggle bus. My anxiety was not handling today very well, with, like, basically our whole house turned upside down, and this crew of people in there recarpeting our house that I don't know and that I can't. Like, I wanted to just hover and watch and make sure that they weren't doing anything, because it's part of it, man. It's hard to explain some of the manifestations of the stuff I've got going on, but, like, that vigilance thing is it's real, man. There's just, like, there are certain things that my brain is like, no, you have to know this. You have to be the one in charge of this stuff. You have to be the one doing this. Popularly here, if I can talk, is you'll notice a lot of veterans that won't sit with their back to the primary entrance and exit of a building. So, like, at a restaurant, they'll always sit facing the door. And my wife actually goes out of her way to make sure that I have that seat. Like, and to the point where sometimes I don't even think about it. It's whatever. I literally don't think about it. Like, I just go sit in the seat that gives me the view of the most exits and entrances. And it's the same with this. Like, I've got strangers in my house who are going through all kinds of stuff because they're recarpeting the house. So they moved a bunch of furniture. They're working in multiple different rooms of the house at different times, and, like, I can't keep an eye on them and make sure they're not doing anything that they're not supposed to, which my brain wants to do because these are strangers that are in my house. So like, thankfully the stuff of value is all in a couple of places, so it's not a huge deal. Like, I know they can't get to it, so it's like mitigating that as much as possible while also trying not to just freak out all day long. But I couldn't, like, I tried to sit and read for a little bit and couldn't focus. I managed to play about 30 minutes of Breath of the Wild, because I've been trying to play through that since the sequel is coming out soon. And I never got a chance to play through it, so I'm trying to do that. Yeah, it's been a long day. more exhausted than normal, which is saying a lot since I'm normally pretty exhausted thanks to sleep and lack thereof. So yeah, we're trying, man, but we're on a struggle bus. So it's okay to struggle. It's okay to not have everything be perfect and not have everything work out the way you want it to. It sucks sometimes, but you can make it work, right? Like, it may not be ideal, but you'll get there, man. I'm half saying this to myself, I'm half saying this to you. Like, you'll get there. It's not going to be a particularly fun road. Could be. But right now it's not. Yeah. So hopefully next time I have some good news to share. That is my hope. Maybe I'll share the putting my office back together and whatnot. Maybe do another. Well, I haven't been skating in like 2 weeks. So yeah, it's like, again, things have just been. Haven't played guitar in like 2 weeks. Everything's just in this weird foobarred stasis right now, and it's time to start exerting some control over it. So that's gonna be hard to do. I think we got this, man. You and me. So I'll see you next time. And until then, take it easy. Take care. So I guess that's another thing to share is our house might be sold. We're working on it. People driving by. It's gonna happen. People walking by.